Hi everyone, welcome to Bites of Rhythm and Truth. Today we're going to talk about a lying tongue. Yes, lying. This is going to be a short video, but I think it's important for us to delve into different areas that sometimes we take for granted, but the Lord finds very serious. And let's just start off with reading from Proverbs chapter 6 verse 16 to 19. So it says, there are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are an abomination to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among brothers. So we can see the concept of lying has actually appeared twice: a lying tongue and a false witness who breathes out lies. And we've been told the Lord hates, is an abomination to the Lord. Lying, I know many of us, when we are asked, have you lied before? I mean, we would say yes. We should say yes, because I think if you're not saying yes, we are lying. But also I've noticed that there are many people who make excuses for lying, and they say, but it was only a white lie, So for instance, talk about seeing someone who's worn something that you're clearly like, oh, you don't look so nice. And then they ask you, oh, so how do I look? And then you're like, oh my God, you look so wonderful. But deep inside of you, you're like, yeah. Or, even just simple things like, you're supposed to meet with a friend and you tell them, I am just 2 minutes away. Or, and very well that you're like 10, 20 minutes away. What we call white lies, little lies. And I don't even know why it's called white lies. That's a topic for another day. But I think the concept is that it's little, it's not that serious. But actually God considers these things very seriously. And as Christians, as people who are walking in the light, we should adhere to what the Lord thinks is important. And so, for me personally, it's actually been a prayer for the last few years that the Lord helps me, that I don't entertain white lies or small lies, thinking that, well, yeah, it's just, that's not even a lie. Simply because I think some of these things stem out of people pleasing, or not wanting someone to be angry with you, and very many other reasons. But we are called to be different. We are called to stand out. So for me, nowadays, I try as much as possible. I might not be 100%, but if I'm not coming, I'm not coming. If I am going to be late by 1 hour, I'll say I'm still in the house. I'm so sorry, Anyway, so God himself is truth. And he wants us to live in truth. He wants us to speak the truth. He wants us to represent all that he is. And that is truth. And even going away from the, little lies. I mean, right now, if we just look at our media, how many things go on in the media that are lies, that are an exaggeration of the truth? How many wars have been started because of an exaggeration of the truth? How many acts of, wickedness have been propelled by people speaking lies against one another? I mean, lying has led to people dying, and it's unfortunate. But the scripture says the devil, he's the father of lies. So how serious this is that if you lie, you're identifying with the father of lies. So you're just basically saying you're a child of the devil. Yeah, ouch. Yeah, that's what we're saying. And even Revelation chapter 21 verse 8 actually lists out liars as people who will be taken to the lake of fire. Let me actually try and just go there quickly. Revelation 21 verse 8. It says, but as for the cowardly, the faithless, the detestable, as for murderers, the sexually immoral, the sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars, Their portion will be in the lake that burns with fire and sulfur, which is the second death. The examples of people in the Bible who lied, and we should learn from them. Abraham and Sarah, when they were running away from famine and when they went to Egypt, Abraham told Sarah, please just don't say that you're my wife. Say that you're my sister. And in a sense, yes, Sarah was Abraham's sister, but half sister. But then Sarah was also Abraham's wife. But Abraham was so scared to lose his life because Sarah was beautiful. And the thing is, Pharaoh took Sarah in, but even before a lot could happen, God had already struck them with plagues. And yes, God favored Abraham, and Sarah went back to Abraham, and they even blessed Abraham with flock and cattle and other material wealth. But we can see that, that's not something that he did that was pleasing in the Lord's sight. And similarly, his son Isaac and Rebecca did the same thing. Sometimes I wonder, did Abraham tell Isaac a story of how one day him and his mom had gone and he told the mom, because how Isaac did the exact same thing with his wife again, they had moved to Philistine land to avoid famine, similar situations, just a different country, and told Rebecca to do that. And Abimelech was so angry when he found out that Isaac was Rebecca's husband, and he said, can you imagine how much guilt that Isaac could have brought to a whole city because of his lie? The sons of Jacob, lied to Shechem. So what happened is that Dinah, Jacob's daughter, was raped by this man, and they came to ask for her hand in marriage. But then the brothers were so angry and they devised a plan, and they were like, oh, you know what? Okay, fine. We'll give you Dinah on one condition, as long as you circumcise yourselves and be like one of us. And they were like, okay, we're going to tell our men, our people. But actually that was a deceit. It was a deceitful plot, because at the end of the day, they Shechem, however you call it, and the men of the land, they went and were circumcised. And I think on the third day, when they were still in the pain and weak and everything, the sons of Jacob, two sons of Jacob, I think it was Simeon and Levi, who went in and literally just murdered them right there and then. So these are just a few examples of the many examples that we're being given in the Bible. And when the Bible gives us examples, it's to help us to stay away from doing the same thing. So yeah, just coming on here to tell us, let's stay away from lying. It's the Lord hates it. And if we want to live in the truth, we have to represent the God of truth. Otherwise, with that, take care. Have a nice day, evening, or whatever you are, a nice rest of your time.